everyone, and today is going to be a talk video, and I thought today would be a little bit ago I just watched one of my old videos. It's called I Cried Over the Stanley Cup, and at the time when I made this video, it was Stanley Cup final season, and I talked about how excited I was. Like back in 2017, the Anaheim Ducks made it all the way to the finals. Or no, they didn't make it all, they made it all the way to the conference finals. Let me rephrase that. Anyway, that year we went up against Calgary and we swept them. And then we went up against Edmonton. Now, Edmonton was a nail biter. Like, I would be so, and that was the first year that Anaheim has ever won up against a Game 7. And I will never forget that, ever. And because Anaheim Ducks, every time they had a Game 7, they'd always lose. Every time, never failed. Excuse me, I need a drink. Nice cold Diet Dr. Pepper. Anyway, we beat a Game 7 that year. And then I was like, oh, we're going to go up against Nashville. This time we're going to pay them back. It'll be payback time. I was all looking forward. And the series was, I can't remember, the series was tied. Or Nashville was one game shy from advancing to the finals. And so if we won Nashville, if we won, then we would tie the series. And, you know, Gibby was in net a lot of the times. And I was expecting Gibby to get hurt. Like, I wasn't waiting. I don't mean to make it sound, I'm not trying to make it sound like I was waiting on Gibby to get hurt, but I had a weird feeling he was going to, because, you know, that's just how he's just injury prone, and he tends to get hurt a lot of the year. And I haven't heard of him getting hurt lately, but other things instead, which, beside the point, I'm glad he's okay now. It's over with. So, anyway, and by the way, he made it all the way to the NHL All-Stars, which, guys, this hair is, guys, ignore this hair that keeps sticking out like this. Like, I'm not trying to show it, but it looks like I missed a piece, but I really didn't. But it's just how my hair is. Anyway, so it was like the series was tied, or the game was tied. I can't remember the score, but I remember throughout the game, Gibby seemed to be doing okay, but then as the period stopped, I noticed that he was slow getting up. And I was thinking to myself, okay, he'll be fine. Come on, Gibby, shake it off. Shake it off. And then I left for something. I think I went to go get food or something like that. I think that's probably what I did. But anyway, I came back and Jonathan Bernier was in net. And, you know, Jonathan Bernier wasn't too bad. But in my honest, I still believe that if he had more time in net, then he would have done okay. Anyway, I don't know where Jonathan Bernier plays yet or anymore. I don't know. Like, I can look that up here in a minute. So, anyway, Jonathan Bernier let his nerves get the best of him. He didn't play as good because I think he was nervous. And sometimes when you're nervous, and there was probably a lot of emotions going through his head at the time. But, you know, when you feel that way, you just got to think of the positive side of it. And that's probably why we didn't. And one of the Nashville players ran into Gib, and I heard a few days later, I heard that one of the Nashville players accidentally hurt Gibby, and for a while, I blamed Nashville for Gibby getting hurt. I was like, if it wasn't for stupid Nashville, we would have had a chance. But beside the point, Nashville is like Anaheim's kryptonite. Like, every time Anaheim goes up against Nashville in the playoffs, they always lose. It never seems to fail. I don't know what the deal is. And Pecorine may have retired, but, you know, if we do play up against Nashville, I just don't want to get my hopes up because I don't want to be that disappointed. And that's what happened. I got my hopes up, and when that happened, when Gibby got hurt, and Nashville made it all the way to the finals, I was pulling for Pittsburgh because I was angry about it. And I didn't have any reason to be angry because, honestly, it could have been worse. There are much things, I could have saved the anger for something that's worth getting angry over. But, and then a year later, long story short, Vegas made it all the way, when Vegas made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, I was rooting for them, and I had a feeling that I had my hopes that they would win the cup. And Washington won the cup, and it was very heartbreaking to see all the VGK players cry, because I almost cried. I ended up crying along with them. I'm not gonna lie, but I did. So, and then last year, was it last year that, I can't remember who won the Stanley Cup last year. I think it was Tampa Bay. Again, Tampa Bay won the cup like 2 years in a row. I can't remember what team they played up against, but I was rooting up against them. It was Montreal Canadiens. When I saw Dallas make it all the way to the final and they didn't win, I didn't feel that disappointed because I was just happy to make it that far. And guys, my sinuses have been driving me really crazy, so if I start sneezing on camera, I'm sorry. And I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but I'm trying. Dang it. Anyway, when Dallas made it all the way to the final and Tampa Bay won, I wasn't disappointed at all because I learned to not be disappointed. And I haven't even paid attention to Tampa Bay. And now Corey Perry is with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, do you think Tampa Bay will make it to the Cup this year? Let me know down below. But, and I'm still optimistic that Anaheim will make it to the playoffs this year. I really am. But if they make it all the way to the final and don't win the Cup, you know, it's okay. There's always next year. It's okay to lose. That's a valuable lesson that I've learned every time that they play against Nashville. It's okay to lose. Even Arnold had said it's okay to lose. And don't be afraid to lose because, you know, you can't win every game. And it's not about winning. It's about having fun. Of course, it was 2020 when the weird season happened. When Dallas made it all the way to the final. And if 2020, well, I wasn't upset about that. 2020 has already been a crazy year anyway, so it's not like that mattered. Anyway, it was so weird. What was weird about that year with the whole COVID thing going on. Stanley Cup Finals was in October, and that's usually the year when hockey starts. And there was some rare August hockey, and my birthday is in August, and that's usually baseball season, and that would be cool if my birthday would be during hockey season, because I could probably watch the game on my birthday. Well, I did just that, and of course Vegas happened to win, and either of the teams that I'd like to see win the Cup is Anaheim, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, or Dallas. And yeah, did I say Vegas already? I probably did. Or maybe Chicago too, because Marc-Andre Fleury. I don't even know how Chicago is doing this year. But anyway, yeah. Of course, when I blamed Nashville for Gibby being hurt, I had to step back and be like, Kira, it's okay. It's okay. Don't blame Nashville for Gibby getting hurt. It was an accident. There could have been a number of reasons that caused him to be hurt. Goalie is a tough position. But anyway, yeah. So I will definitely keep my eyes open for Anaheim clinching a Cup to the playoff, which they can clinch at any time. Last I looked, they were in second place, and they probably still are. But anyway, guys, that was my chit chat for today. And the Wranglers, I don't even know if the Wranglers make it all the way. And fun fact, speaking of Pittsburgh, now that I mentioned Pittsburgh a while ago, Pittsburgh Penguins, the Emerald Wranglers used to be the CHL team for the OHL team for the Pittsburgh Penguins, which for Amarillo, now the Amarillo fan of me is wanting Pittsburgh to win the Cup, but then again, the Ducks fan. But it would still be a dream come true to see Pittsburgh and Vegas or Pittsburgh and Anaheim together in the Stanley Cup final. But whatever happens, happens, you know? Even if they've lost the cup, you know, they can use that as motivation. Of course, Dallas, for example, when they lost the Stanley Cup against Dallas, all the players that were playing on that team has retired. And Scott Niedermayer, he used to play for, he was with the Anaheim Ducks for a while, and he was playing with them when the Ducks won the cup back in 2007. And Niedermayer was with New Jersey when they won the cup in Dallas. So I have a place in my heart for Scott Niedermayer. And when Anaheim won the cup back in 2007 with Scott Niedermayer, I was very happy. I'm like, it's okay if you took the cup from Dallas because because you're part of the reason why Anaheim won the cup back in 2007. And it's almost been 15 years since that happened. And at the time, Arnold Schwarzenegger was their governor. And if I remember correctly, he got to do the ceremonial puck drop, which was really cool. So maybe, like Arnold, for example, I swear to you, I have been, every time I play Candy Crush, as long as I'm watching him, I'd be winning it. I'd be going up the levels, like, I would be moving up levels back to, I would be moving, you know what I'm trying to say, I keep winning. So, could it be that's the case when that happened? Wasn't Arnold that brought them luck back in 2007 when they hoisted the Stanley Cup? I've been thinking about that lately. But anyway, this video is almost 20 minutes long, but that's okay. I knew it was going to be because I wanted to talk about it. But my past... I'm sorry, guys. I was interrupted by that. Yeah. So, do you think Anaheim will beat Nashville this year, finally? Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out when we get there. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to do my reaction to that video. But if I can go back and tell myself around that time, I would say, Kira, it's all gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. I know you're disappointed, but really, it's okay. That means Gibby will have plenty of time to recuperate from his injury. And a lot of players were quite a few of the players were playing while injured that year. And a lot of times, hockey players, when they're injured, they usually brave it throughout the playoffs which I don't see how I could do that because I have a very low pain tolerance. But yeah. Anyway, that was going to be my reaction to that day. But I'm not going to be afraid to lose. You shouldn't ever be afraid to lose. That's the valuable lesson I've learned. Anyway, if you want to know what happens with Anaheim throughout the playoffs, will they make the playoffs this year? I don't want to say yeah, but there's a 50-50 chance. There is a chance. I don't want to say they made it. I don't want to say, as soon as they clinch, I will say something. But there is a chance. Right now it's All-Star break. So anyway, yeah. I thought I would share that with y'all.